BinaryOptionStrategy.com.
Hello, this is Daniel Grady with a quick look at the markets for today, Monday, March 31st. Coming up today at 8:30 GMT, we have a series of minor economic data from the United Kingdom, which is not expected to generate all that much volatility in the markets. Then at 9 o'clock GMT, we have inflation data coming out for the entire Eurozone. And this is a key component for the decisions made by the European Central Bank. So if this comes out as unexpected, or there's any unexpected development here, we could see some significant volatility in the euro and European stocks. At 12:30 GMT, we have GDP data coming out from Canada, which could have an impact on the Canadian dollar and Canadian stocks, or stocks that have with companies that have major business in Canada. Then at 1:45 in the afternoon, we have Chicago PMI from the United States. And then 10 minutes later, Fed Chairwoman Janet Yellen has a speech. While this is not expected to generate significant volatility, there might be some remarks about monetary policy, which could generate some moves in the markets. Moving over to the S&P 500, the S&P 500 on Friday rose by 0.5%. This was after better than expected consumer data that was released on Friday. That general optimism carried over the weekend, and during early trading today in Asia, we had the Asian markets were on the upside, just slightly, marginally higher. With the decreasing tensions in the Ukraine, we can see some moves towards more risky assets in the moment. And also we have important data coming out from China tomorrow, and even so markets were a little bit higher. And going into the session today, S&P 500 futures are trading up by 0.3%, which is just above a threshold that would indicate a general risk on environment, at least going into the European session. The euro during early trading today, well, on Friday actually the euro tried to make a run for 137 but didn't manage to break through, and came back above support, which we have at 137.40. If that support level holds, we have our next level of resistance at 138.40. However, if that breaks it, we could have another run towards 137. The pound on Friday continued to move slightly higher, in line with this rising trend off the bottom of this long-term trend that we have. However, during early trading, it sort of stagnated and traded sideways. It's above support at 166.10, and above that we have resistance at 166.80. The Japanese yen, the dollar yen pair broke above 102.75. It hasn't been above that since the early part of last month. We don't have any major data that is expected to have an impact on this pair, so we'll be trading on technicals for the rest of the day. We have support at 102.75 and resistance at 103.40. And then finally we have gold. Gold, which moved slightly downwards on Friday. It still hasn't broken through support, which we have at 1,285. However, at the moment, if we look at the RSI, which is getting close to oversold territory, which is when RSI moves below 30. So we could see some there's a possibility of a short-term correction here before gold continues to move further downwards, but that will depend on weakness in the dollar. So at the moment we have support at 1,285 and resistance at 1,310. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and happy trading.